Krew season in the building.
What it do?
We are back again. This ain't even an episode, man. It's just bonus material, baby. Patreon member, shout out to the gang.
What's up, brother?
OT is in the building.
Yes, sir.
And I'm D Trill AC. This is another episode, again, bonus material, man. We just wanted to tap in with y'all and show love, you know, again, like we do periodically. Let y'all know how much we appreciate y'all, appreciate the support. We got a lot of questions and different things that we can't get to on the normal podcast, so we're going to take today to answer as many of these as we possibly can. Rock with y'all for a little minute, man. I feel like we should just dive right in. What do you think?
It's cool with me. Let's go.
All right, first one. They want to remain anonymous, but this is what it says. Hey, I'm back with another question, but please keep me as anonymous. So me and my dude just got 7 years together. However, within the last 6 months, I packed up all my things and ended it with him to get to know myself and for me to get better as an individual and a relationship partner. He wanted to start an open relationship, which I wasn't initially with, but I finally agreed. Everything has been going good until his jealousy kicked in. Now I still make him feel like a king and respect him, but I guess me needing space is no longer acceptable. He started dibbling in hard drugs, coke and heroin, a few times, which I believe has been more than a few times, but is basically blaming it on our current situation. Now I'm stuck at being, empathetic and giving him whatever he wants and needs, or standing my ground. Because honestly, I view him completely different. I think he's weak and he's trying to manipulate me, but he's such a good man. I'm conflicted. Damn.
You got to go. I mean, you can still be there for him as a friend. I mean, if that's what you choose. But I think that relationship is over.
7 years. And the last 6 months done been this.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Oh, wait. She said she packed up her stuff in the past 6 months and dipped out, but he trying to make it work. But,
Then he the one that asked for an open relationship. And when she packed up her stuff, now he feel some type of way.
Right.
Like we said all the time, when somebody tell you they changing, like when you in a relationship and they change it, it's something else. It's something deeper. I don't know if he not happy with himself. I definitely think that's part of it. He's not happy with himself. He just doesn't know where he is right now. He lost or something. 'Cause especially when you start diving into drugs and he got multiple. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just trying to find a way to cope for something. I don't know what it is.
I'll tell you what it ain't. It's not the relationship. That's something else. Mm-hmm. I think the relationship may play a minor role in it, but I think that's more of like him not being where he needs to be as a man. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of bleeding into the relationship, so it's like a cumulative thing. But don't enter into the victim Olympics, man.
No.
Don't do that, because that's what a lot of people will do, man. They'll turn to like self-harm to kind of make you feel guilty and make you never feel like, or make you feel like you shouldn't leave them in their time of need, like use that as leverage. And you got people that'll stay in a relationship years longer than they supposed to, just out of guilt.
Left them at their lowest.
Right. And a fear, of not fulfilling their obligation, especially when you got what y'all at 7 years and counting. People gonna use time invested, they're gonna use nostalgia, they're gonna use self-hurt, they're gonna use guilt, all of that to try to keep you in a situation. But you packed your stuff up and moved out for a reason. So you gotta stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Again, for you to pack your stuff up with somebody that you done been with for 6 years and literally move out, that speaks volumes. And, again, hard drugs and stuff like that, that's something that just a regular conversation can't fix. Because those are, two of the most addictive drugs in existence, especially heroin. So, sometimes you just got to give people space, man, and love people from a distance. I know it'd be hard, man, because you be feeling like, okay, if I could just, just like you said in the last sentence, you said, I know how good of a dude he is. Mm-hmm. And, I just don't want you waiting around for years for him to reach the potential that he ain't never going to hit. Because I feel like a situation like that is only going to get worse before it gets better. So, yeah, I'm with O, man. I think you got to wrap that up. And, that's not saying just turn your back on him. I mean, you can support him But again, I think it should be support from a distance. It shouldn't be direct support. You shouldn't be picking him up and taking him to AA meetings and taking him to rehabs, and you shouldn't be that close to him. You need to kind of back up, try to set up something for him maybe, and just let things play out how they may. Now, if he get clean and he come back around, and maybe y'all could start from square one somewhere down the line, and I mean way later down the line, then cool. But right now, you staying is doing nothing but enabling him to just continue with toxic behavior, whether that's harming himself or causing you mental trauma for trying to make the relationship work or trying to force the relationship or playing games. That's what that is. When you recommend a break from somebody and then she start moving like y'all on break, and then you getting mad at her for that, that's mind games right there.
Yep.
We ain't got time for that. We as grown people with responsibilities and bills and kids, we ain't got time for mind games. Either we together or we not.
But she conflicted because he's a good man.
Right.
Yeah. They use that. Using that good man, that's how they use that to manipulate you as well.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's a good person, or he seems that he's a good person, you don't want to hurt his feelings, or whatever it is. Now he going through things, and you still treating him with utmost respect, still treating him like a king, still doing all the things you would do if you were in a relationship with him. And all that got to stop.
Yep.
All they got to come to an end, because you asked for that space, and he got to respect that.
Yeah, and also, I'm willing to challenge that good man thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, was he a good man, or is he still? See, it's a big difference, because we like to do that. We like to romanticize the part of people that we love the most or that we enjoy the most. That's how Stockholm Syndrome works. Somebody abusing you every day of the week, but on Saturday, he was in a good mood that day, and y'all had an amazing time. So now you like, okay, yeah, no, I know what he's capable of doing. Yeah, sure. But what is he doing the other 6 days of the week? So no, again, somebody could used to be a good person for you and they just aren't anymore. But don't hold on to nostalgia. And that's what a lot of women do. A lot of women, again, hadn't got the proper, attention and value and just being propped up on a pedestal in years. Mm-hmm. But they still holding on to what was going on in the beginning of the relationship. Oh, it was amazing times. We used to talk every night, go to sleep on the phone. He just called me to just hear me breathe. And, he was so attentive. And yeah, but that was 6 years ago. What is he doing now? How do you feel now? So, that's something that you got to be honest with yourself about. And, again, somebody can be a good person. Somebody can be a good person. But they just may not be good for you.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say exactly what's good, too, because she named a lot of things that she does for him, but she didn't name nothing that he does for her.
Right.
So when you say good man, is it that he doesn't put his hand on you? He doesn't curse you out? You know what I'm saying? Does he that person that just go home, go to work, come home, and he just, he don't like to argue with you? Is that what it is? You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, they don't necessarily make him a good man.
Just mean the bar's on the floor.
You know what I'm saying? So I would need a little more details as far as his side. But, yeah, I think it's a wrap, though. I don't think there's nothing more that's going to come from that. I think, y'all did y'all time. And unless he's willing to grow and change some of his ways, I just don't see how y'all are going to benefit down the line. That's just my opinion. I ain't no relationship counselor, nothing like that. It's just my opinion from the outside looking in.
I agree wholeheartedly. On to the next one. It says, any advice for a 38-year-old woman with 2 children who are 18 and 15? Who we fresh out of advice. Yeah, no, she say, any advice for a 38-year-old woman with 2 children who are 18 and 15 who is thinking about / wanting a divorce? Damn.
I wasn't expecting that.
All right. Backstory. I'm a pastor's daughter.
Ooh.
Parents, my father in particular used religion to be hypocritically strict. Mm-hmm. Father molested me starting at 8, which escalated to rape at 17, which happened several times until I turned 18. I told no one until I was introduced to my husband by older brothers at 18. Whoa. My husband sang in a group. My brothers were musicians. I wasn't allowed to date prior to 18. Husband is 4 years older, and needless to say, things moved quickly, and I became pregnant, and we married. I feel like I didn't get a chance to live and even know myself or heal from my childhood trauma, and saw my husband as a savior for my situation at the time. Somewhat confused because from the outside, we look like an ideal couple, but I'm not happy. And I have not really been for 10 years. He would probably say the same. But we are heavily involved in church, and divorce isn't really an option. We are incompatible and don't really even like each other. We are cordial for the children because we both feel they didn't ask to be here. We try to provide a safe family space for them, but we can't seem to get on the same page about anything. When I turned 30, many things matured about me, including my sexual desires. We have had many conversations about it and my need for intimacy, but he doesn't have a high sex drive, which has been the same since we met. He refuses to try new things and doesn't like sexually the things I like, and perhaps vice versa, although he hasn't expressed anything he wished I changed. I feel sort of cheated because in retrospect, I think I was sort of brainwashed and manipulated to think a woman's value was only in her husband. Literally how I was raised. A woman's purpose was to please a man. Being thought that a woman serves her man and my childhood trauma, I didn't know a woman was supposed to enjoy sex. I know it sounds crazy, but I didn't. So when I met my husband, who had previous sexual partners, we had sex, although I didn't really enjoy it, given my previous experience. I thought that was normal. When I became pregnant, that sort of sealed the deal. My husband is kind and treats everyone well. He is honest and made me feel safe. However, I don't believe we should have gotten married. He was raised by a single mother who was also a minister. He had similar pressure because he was active in church. My husband is the only man I've ever dated, and things were much different 20 years ago. I feel so ill-equipped to date and know absolutely nothing about how to do it safely or even at all. My flesh has me wanting to do some crazy things. It's scary and intimidating, but I feel somewhat liberated because of the possibility of being pleased sexually. But that isn't really a reason to get a divorce. He is an abusive and is a good provider. We have no chemistry and act more like family members than spouses. Seems rather whorish to desire sex from someone other than my husband, but I really be out here imagining things, and I feel awful. Pardon my mini novella, but wanted to provide context for your advice. Is it whorish? Divorce, stay, or what? Damn.
She want that long thing. She want the thing. No, it ain't nothing wrong with the deep down. I think a lot of women feel like that. On the cool, they want to be like they want to be slutted out. Like me and Kenny talking about not too long ago, a couple parts ago. Like they want to kind of feel whorish. They want the nasty, roughhousing. You know what I'm saying? Like we thinking all the time they want some romantic, some, you know, put some slow jams on, rub them down with some lotion,
right?
And, you know, serenade them and all that. Well, a lot of times they don't. They just want to be. They want their brains fucked out of them. They want the hair grabbing, neck pulled, like.
Right.
I mean, that's just what they want at the end of the day, and especially from someone that they desire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all that, you know what I'm saying, kind of brings it home for them. But as far as her decision, man, yeah. That's a long time, bro.
It's 20 years.
One person, and knowing that she's never been fully satisfied.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a lot of trauma involved in that too. Yeah. And I think that kind of contributes to like the, you know, because again, she said from the first sexual experience, it was terrible because in her head, she was thinking about her dad and what he did to her. So she could never really enjoy it with him because he was the quote unquote savior. You know, so I think, man, and that's why we talk a lot on this pod about people going out there and experiencing being single for a while and just kind of learning yourself and learning what it is that you want. And I know that's complicated when you that tied into the church, because I know how church people is, and that's why I was never, you know, that's why I never got involved like that. But you know, it's a bunch of hypocritical behavior. It's a bunch of judgment. It's a bunch of, you know, people holding you to standards that they don't really live by in private for real. They
really try to make you to be like perfect.
Right.
Like you got to be perfect. You can't do this. If you do, you have to do this.
Right.
And that's not the way to live.
And at the end of the day, man, I'm the wrong person to ask about some church, because I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't give a damn what they talking about in there. personal happiness should be above all. As long as your kids is taken care of. You say the kids is what, 15 and 13, if I ain't mistaken?
18.
Oh, 18
and 15.
Oh, grown.
So they about to be out the house.
Yeah.
And then she coming into a peak?
Yeah, nah. Cause you 38 right now.
Yes.
So, man, look here, man. If I'm you, I'm getting a divorce. And again, and I know it's hard, bro, because men deal with that all the time, but it just be in reverse. And what I mean by that is we have a perfect woman. Or what people consider a perfect woman. You know what I'm saying? She's loyal. She doesn't cheat. You know, she cooks for us, does everything, but she's boring. Or we don't get the sex that we feel like we deserve. And then when we go out there and cheat, we the worst people in the world. Or if we sit her down and say, look, baby, I don't want to be with you no more. I just don't feel fulfilled in this relationship. We a monster. So we understand what you're dealing with 100%, but we got to be consistent. If we going to advise men in that situation to dip out and go get what they feel like they deserve, we going to advise you in this situation to dip out and go get what you deserve. And damn what anybody got to say, because again, it's a bunch of hypocrites talking. You got to keep that in mind. Pastor included. Because clearly pastors and ministers don't count, because look at your daddy.
Right.
Look at your stepmama. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these is the type of people that's casting down judgment on you. These people have no leverage, no foundation, no room at all to tell you a damn thing about nothing. And at the end of the day, they not living your life. You are. And if your connection with God is strong in your eyes and in your soul and in your spirit, you shouldn't give a damn what nobody else got to say.
That's all what matters at the end of the day.
Period. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm for the divorce, and I think it'll serve both of y'all well, to be honest. Because I'm sure he probably feels the same. You said it in parentheses. He probably feel the same way that you feel. You know, you shouldn't stay together just because that's what, you know. I mean, we started this thing, so we might as well finish it. Like, that's what a lot of them older couples are struggling with now. We talk about it all the time. People been married 40, 50 years and sleeping in different rooms every night, saying 10 words to each other a day. Because they don't really hate each other for real. But it's like we done been in this so long, and I'm so old now to where it don't even make sense. Like, what I'm gonna do? Be 65 and go get on a dating app? Right. So it's like we gotta stay together, or I'm gonna be lonely for the rest of my damn life if I don't meet somebody in that bingo hall or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't end up like that. You 38, you still young. Your kids is about to be out the crib. They gonna be grown.
Trust me, you good.
They don't give a damn about no divorce or whatever the case may be, man. They want, and I guarantee they want you to be happy more than they care about y'all staying together.
Especially at this age. And you definitely going to be able to tell. People can sense that when y'all not affectionate, just operating as a business, you just in and out the house, you'll never see mom and daddy hug. Like, they think about that in the back of their head. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to know what love and affection is growing up because y'all not showing that.
And more importantly, when they leave the house, what you think they going to emulate?
That's what I'm saying, yep. They emulate that in their relationships.
So, you know, again, that's how you got to look at this situation. Like, I want my kids, when they see me, I want to set example for what y'all should be pursuing. And not just staying together because biblically it says that such and such and such and such. No. Do what makes you happy. Right. And if he don't make you happy and if he don't make you feel fulfilled, hey, we can be cool. We can end this thing mutually. We can still be friends. We can still kick it. We can still, you know, because, I mean, we got to. We ain't got a choice. We got kids.
Got 2 kids together, yeah.
So, I mean, we can still be on good terms. But this is not working. I don't feel fulfilled. And that's the person you spend the most time with on earth. So, if you don't feel a sense of fulfillment, if you don't feel a sense of us first both going towards the same thing, fighting for the same thing, shit, it's a lost cause. You literally wasting time. You literally wasting your life.
Literally. My plan... My advice would be to y'all just sit down, have a conversation, a real, honest conversation, and just plan out how it's going to look. You get your place, I'm going to get my place. Kids, you know, come over here this day, that day, or whatever. You got one that's 18, so they're probably getting ready to go to school. So, you know, it's things like that that y'all will have to work out. But, man, yeah, sit down and have that honest conversation. It's going to be hard for sure. But y'all got to have that conversation for the both of y'all to be happy. Yep. And nothing wrong with getting married again. You may not even want to get married again. You just may want to enjoy yourself since you've been married for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with that either. Just your happiness is what's most important.
I agree.
And the kids are going to feed off that. The kids, trust me, they're going to want to make sure, or they're going to want to see that both of y'all are happy. And if y'all aren't happy together, that's okay. find that happiness by yourself and thrive. You'll be good.
Facts, man. It's one thing we preach on this part is selfishness. And again, it's such a negative connotation in regards to selfishness, but it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. Because we say it all the time, if you are not good with what you see in the mirror, what good are you going to be for anybody else? Especially them kids you raising. If you miserable every day, trying to force it, trying to put on it. Like, it's only so much you can force. Just like O said, like, they going to be able to see right through that shit. And it's just like, so again, the only person you fooling is your damn self.
And like that bumping fist. All right, baby, see you later. Not even giving no kiss or nothing. All right, baby.
That's real, though. That's real, man.
No.
But yeah, man. Get up out of that, man. Get up out of that. And first things first is seek some therapy. ASAP. When you get out, it's be the first thing you're doing.
Big time.
Because you got some serious stuff that got to be sorted out that you cannot do on your own. Do not try to do it on your own, and don't try to dump that into your new man's lap. You need to get that sorted out with a professional. Because that's man, damn, man, I hate that.
Don't just go sleeping around either. That ain't gonna be the answer.
Right.
Now you may have a little period where you want to dibble and dabble, try a few flavors, but just don't get lost in that.
Right.
And just understand. You know what I'm saying? You just have a natural sexual urge, and it doesn't always have to be with multiple people. You can still kind of get that with one person.
Right.
So,
hell yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. It says, hopefully this question makes it on the panel for the next episode. Hi, I'm Ari and I'm single. There's a guy that I'm interested in. We have conversations regularly, and he always says and sometimes does things that suggest he's interested in me as well. Little bit of our background. He's an older guy, which I don't have a problem with, and he's recently divorced. I want to make a move, but I want to be respectful of his space and situation and give him the time he needs to clear his head and decide what it is that he wants. But I also want him to make the first move and initiate his interest. So my question is, do you guys feel like it is a man's responsibility to initiate interest? And do y'all think I should shoot my shot or no? P.S. I love watching the show, especially watching Kenny and hearing his perspective. Kissy face.
oh, Lord.
We're going to have to relay this to Kenny.
Kissy face. Kissy face Kenny. That's what we call it.
Oh, my God. But yeah, she asked, do you feel like it's the man's responsibility to initiate interest? Or do you feel like she should shoot her shot?
I'm always going to say women should shoot their shot. Always. Because there are a lot of women out here that men are after. That's just what it is. And if you don't acknowledge yourself, it's like we're not going to know. We out here on the court putting up buckets. If you don't come to the court and sit on the sideline for me to check you out, how am I going to know? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to necessarily shoot your shot, but you do have to put yourself in a position for him to shoot his.
Right.
If you don't want to shoot your shot, because you got quite a few women I know, they never going to shoot it. Cool. But just put yourself in a position to where he notices you and, want to talk to you. And what else she said? How she know him? She just saw him?
Yeah, I think she say, she didn't really say. She says, this is a guy I'm interested in. We have conversations regularly.
Okay.
And she thinks he's interested in her as well, but she's not sure. She don't want to press him because he just got a divorce. She want to give him a little space.
Well, just plan out, I don't know. Invite me out somewhere. If I was the man and we just having conversation, first off, I would have already invited you out somewhere. Yeah. That's me. So that, I don't want to say it's a red flag, but he still could be taking things slow, which is totally understandable. But you can always just arrange, hey, you want to hang out? Can we grab a drink or grab some coffee? There's many different things you can do. Mm-hmm. Whatever his interests are, kind of find something in that realm that you don't mind doing and just see if he'll be interested in doing it. And then kind of from there, play it by ear. But definitely don't force it, because if he's clearly not showing that he want to be with you, you don't want to go above and beyond trying to impress him or convince him and things like that. Just be you and let the situation be, and, you should be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I'm gonna say, man, I think you need to run 100 miles an hour in the other direction.
He just got divorced.
Exactly. So if you know anything about men, right, especially depending on how long that marriage was, if we talking about years, you say he's an older guy, so I'm assuming a decade plus of marriage. He's not in the space to jump right back into a relationship right now.
Definitely not a relationship.
Just not. And I know, like, as women, like, y'all see something y'all want, and y'all don't care about context, and y'all don't care about, whatever. Y'all feel like, okay, if I, show him that I'm a good woman, and he should be just willing to just jump right back into. Let me explain something, baby. He not. It's gonna be a while. Just like you say that he ain't flashed interest. He might be interested in you, but he's not gonna make it known that he want to be with you exclusively because he's not ready right now. So if you are ready, that's not the direction that you need to go in, because that ain't gonna lead to nothing but you getting your hopes up and getting your dreams shattered until he's ready to come around, and that may be years down the line. So it depends on how patient you are, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of shooting a shot, I believe that whoever's interested should make it known that they are interested. And that's not necessarily shooting a shot. Sometimes you got to throw it off the backboard for him. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You're not necessarily shooting, but you got to set him up to shoot his shot. You know, you don't know how familiar you is with basketball, but just like being on a fast break, if I'm dribbling it, and the O behind me, I'm throwing it off the glass, he gonna go up there and dunk it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's what you got to do for men because of what O said. Like, to be honest, especially if he's a quote unquote high value man, he got his own money, he got his own place. He's pretty handsome, I'm assuming, because you talk like you got butterflies in your stomach. So I'm sure a lot of women feel that way. And I'm sure he's entertaining a lot of women because he's divorced. So a lot of times, just like O said, we may not even notice it. And, you as a woman, and I know women hate to hear this, but y'all got to compete for a man of that caliber. It just is what it is, because y'all outnumber men of that caliber by so much. He might be dealing with 5 or 6 women, so it's going to be hard for me to notice subtle hints that women like to give, because women are terrible at giving hints in terms of like letting us know that they're interested, and they'll try to do subtle things, like super subtle things. And we'll just be like, oh, okay, cool, and just keep scrolling because we're dealing with so many women, or we're dealing with so much right now. So sometimes you got to like let it be known, not, go in his messages and bare your soul. But, again, just like O said, invite the man out for some coffee, just chop it up, just to talk. And then you kind of, slide it, weave it into the conversation. So you be creative. Women are smart. Women are, creative as well. We ain't gonna sit there and act like y'all, y'all game is terrible, but that's because y'all don't get to practice a lot. But, end of the day, man, you got to work on your weaknesses, man.
That's a fact.
That's just real. I hate to keep bringing up sports analogies, but if I come into the league and I'm terrible at shooting jumpers, I got to get in the gym and practice it. This is what it is. If I want to be successful in this game, and sometimes that's what it takes. But me as a man, I'm all for a woman approaching me and letting me know, or giving me like a hint to where it's like, okay, she interested. So now the ball is in my court. So now I know how to move. But yeah, man, sometimes it's just hard to see. And I don't mean to sound arrogant. I don't mean to sound, like we just got all the offers in the world. But, men of that caliber, you get a lot of offers, man.
It's a different feeling, especially when you like that woman, too.
Yeah.
Damn, I feel special. But I feel like women don't understand men compete, too.
Facts.
We compete all the time.
Facts.
There's a certain quality of woman that we want. So we're going to make sure that we do our job as men, making sure, make sure our money's in order, make sure us as a person, our mind frame, talking about the emotional intelligence earlier, like all that good stuff, we got to make sure all that's right for a certain type of woman that we want.
Facts.
It's the same thing when it's the other way around. Y'all want this certain man, you have to understand that those men like a certain type of woman. And if you don't, aren't in line with that, then you don't stand a chance, baby.
Facts. So, yeah, man, lace up your Jordans, man. Sometimes you gotta.
It's time to hoop.
You gotta hoop a little bit. But yeah. So again, it's nothing wrong with shooting your shot. Just don't bare your soul. Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of women do. A lot of women go too far. They'll lay it all out on the table. It's like, okay, so you feel that strongly. Oh, okay, so I could just put you in my back pocket. You ain't going nowhere. I can go do what I want to do and just come back to you whenever I feel like it. That's different than, you at the bar as a man, right? And a woman send a drink over or something. And you like, damn, she done sent me a drink. And she fine as hell or whatever. She done sent the drink over, acknowledge you, wave, smile, and go about her business. Now, the pressure on me, like, oh, she like me, she bad as hell, but she ain't pressing me. let me go investigate and see what the hell going on over here. Now you got me. Now you got him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just subtlety. It's just a woman like that, she got game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's subtlety. You just got to learn, man. And, you know, I wish you the best, man. Prayers to all parties involved.
One more thing. Just please stop telling all your business, baby. Just don't tell your business at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? First week, you know what I'm saying? The last man that cheated on you. The man before that was abusive or something. And
right.
The man before that, he cheated on you too. But now you looking for something fresh and new, and I'm like, nah, I'm just not gonna cheat for the first month. That's fucked up. I told you I used to be terrible. No, but stop doing that, man. Just stop telling the man that everything that you put up with, because that next man is gonna do it just a little bit better. That's just facts.
I'm gonna take a month off.
Take a month off
and come back strong.
Damn.
Yeah, no, that's real, man. Because what you do is that you let the man know how low the bar is.
Yeah.
You give a man the blueprint to get what he wants from you. No man should know what it takes to get you. He should automatically assume that the bar is through the roof, and I need to jump up there to get it. But if you come in and you saying all that, like what O talking about, it's like, oh.
Well, I don't put my hands on her, as long as I don't cuss her out. Just don't stay out too late.
Mm-hmm.
I can find some time in there, do what I got to do.
Facts. So the bar is here. I just need to be right here. Right here. Inch above it.
That's it.
Yeah, nah, he 1,000% right with that. He said I'm going to wait a month to cheat. All right, man, on to the next one. Hi, I hope this message finds you well. I watch your videos a lot. I'm hoping you can help me. I'm divorced and my ex-husband and I are trying to work things out. Our relationship ended due to him cheating, lying, and having around the wrong people when we were married. He was in a bad place at the time and would not try to get better, so I left. We were together almost 8 years, and he was faithful 7 to 8 years. After 9 months after the divorce, we started trying. He did a lot back and forth at first and caused me a lot of pain, but it's been better, but not perfect. We have 2 children together. I birthed 2 surrogate babies and have my oldest from a previous relationship. I say this because it has relevance as I go on. Damn, it's a long one. My ex and I decided we wanted to work things out. This came with him telling me he does not find me attractive in the beginning and saying he cares, but the love is dead. But he's not sure if it's because he had issues. He has a lot of stress with work. He was calling me all the time in the morning, during work, and after. As his job became more stressful, he stopped reaching out so much after work, and my calls and texts 8 to 10 times don't get answered after work. I voiced to him that due to the past, this makes me feel insecure, and asked him if he could say, at least communicate if he is busy or text me back at some point, because I may hear from him briefly once hours later or not until the next day. I'm not going to lie, I do get insecure about this and will blow his phone up just to get ignored calls, and this manifests my insecurities because of the past. This is something that has been a continuous pattern, despite me continuously voicing that I need better communication to build trust. Damn, I'm glad Kenny ain't here. He be acting a fool.
You know it.
During this year, I carried a surrogate baby. I had the baby recently, and a month after birth, we were intimate for the first time since I was pregnant. He literally stopped halfway through, laid down, looked at me, got up, got dressed, and left the room. I don't do that.
I'm sorry.
During that whole process, I just laid there feeling confused, feeling gross, and wondering what was wrong with me. I left to the store in silence and cried for a half hour, feeling embarrassed and humiliated. He gave me no answer as to what happened, and even called me while I was at the store in the parking lot and never explained himself or apologized. We went on a date later to see Candyman, and I brought it up in the car. He told me he couldn't feel anything because I had birthed 5 children and my private parts are not the same. When I was pregnant, he would not last more than 5 minutes, so I'm not sure if he meant I just never felt good, but in the past I thought it was fine before because he never lasted long. And in that moment, I felt insecure about our entire sex life. I just felt low in that moment. He got so annoyed at me bringing it up that he was going to cancel our date and go home so he wouldn't have to deal with me, and this made me feel more like garbage. During the movie, I cried in silence. On the car ride back, I also cried in silence. I literally bawled my eyes out in silence. He didn't even notice. I never knew how a single moment could just tarnish my self-esteem, and I felt like I couldn't have sex with anyone if we did not work out. He wasn't comforting, just inconsiderate of how it would make me feel because he verbalized it in a cold way. His reaction and words manifested my insecurities about sex. When we went home, I brought it up. how he made me feel the way he just stopped in the middle of it and left without explanation. And he told me he just won't have sex with me for a while because I might not be healed all the way after having a surrogate baby. I felt even more like garbage after he said that. I literally felt like I wouldn't know how to be intimate with him again after that, or if I ever moved on, if I could with anyone else, because he basically told me my vagina is trash after having kids. He has made other comments too about women who have kids don't feel as good, and the way he brings it up makes me feel like he's trying to purposely make me feel even more secure. I've been crying every time I think about it now. Even when they show people intimate on TV, it makes me sad because he made me feel so inadequate. After I bought pills, creams, and Kegel weights, and even looked into surgery to see if I could afford it. His comments about me being unattractive to him a few months ago and how pregnancy made me unattractive has me investing in a BBL. Hell, I even dyed my hair. I did not blow up during the pregnancy and only gained 15 pounds. The thing he says makes me feel such a shame about myself. The horrible sexual encounter was the icing on the cake for me because I never felt worse about myself after that. It made me afraid to be cheated on because I'm inadequate after giving birth. The way he just stopped and got up and left the room, you have no idea how much that destroyed me. I don't have friends. I work and take care of my kids. I don't have people I can ask for advice, and I feel like if I did, I would be too embarrassed to say this. Damn. I'm not even sure. Like, what's the question here? I don't even know what the question is.
I think we need a moment of silence.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take all that in. Because for one, that was a lot of reading.
God, dog.
That might be the longest one we ever got.
For damn sure, she'll need to be in that relationship.
They've been in it 8 years. I'm trying to figure out why she having surrogate kids in the middle of a relationship. You know, surrogate kids ain't even... Yeah, it's a lot going on.
God damn, that's a lot to unload on somebody. That nigga got up.
You say he was 6 strokes in and said, nah, this ain't gonna work. That's crazy.
Because it was like this. He was just in there. Couldn't feel nothing. Bro, so I can't feel nothing.
No, you gotta stop that, dog. Hell no. Man, I
don't know, man. I'm sorry.
I'm speechless, dog. I don't even know what to say to that.
Get away. Run away, love, love, love. Run away. Oh, man.
Sometimes, man, you just... I don't even know what to say to that. Sometimes you just gotta let shit go, man. It has been 8 years and some change. Y'all...
Fam, she feels disgusted with herself. She don't feel any self-worth.
You just don't be realizing, like, how certain things we say and do. Because, like, women are, like, very, very insecure just in general, right? But when we get to doing things like that and questioning, like, they sexual, you know, adequacy, like, that really cuts them deep. Because a lot of women feel like that's the only way that they can keep us. Or that's the only thing that's going to keep us from cheating, is for them to, you know, at least perform sexually. But, you know, in this situation, man, you got to ask yourself, we talk about weighing pros and cons a lot. And is the pros of being with this man, like, if you got to change that much to be with somebody, is it really worth it? Like, I understand y'all got 8 years. I understand y'all got 5 kids in this thing. But then the way you sound in this, but you say you feel like nothing. You just cry randomly. Like, when she see romantic things happening on TV, she just cries randomly.
She might need therapy, too.
Oh, it ain't no might about it. She definitely need that.
That's deep.
But it's like, you know, and again, for him to just not acknowledge it. She's saying she crying in the movies. He ain't acknowledge it. She crying on the ride home. He ain't acknowledge it. They get home and had a conversation. He being cold and dry to her. Like, hey, it is what it is.
Maybe I come back when you tighten up. That's basically what he's saying.
That's some wild shit. I mean, it's messed up, but it's like, damn. Like, he don't give a damn, bro.
Nah, that's a rap, man.
writing on the wall, bro. Like I mean, and
but
again,
I think she in a difficult position too. She got all them kids. I think did she say what's her primary job? Just taking care of the kids. Does she work or anything?
Nah, she said she works and just take care of her kids. Cause another thing, says she don't have no friends, which makes it worse. She don't have friends. She say all I do is work and take care of my kids.
Yeah, that's all she know.
Yeah, well,
that's hard to get out of.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you straight up, sweetheart. That situation over. That's over with. Like you can do all of that BBL stuff you want to, but again, once a man sees you like that, like once it gets to a point in a relationship to where like a man is not stimulated when you walk in the room, but like regardless of what you got on, like if you walk in naked and he can just what up, baby, and just keep doing what he doing, you know, ain't no ass slap, no ass grab, no nothing. It's over with, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's over with. Because men will do that for an average chick if she got a nice body or a decent body. So, you know, again, this is a situation where people are, you know, relying on time invested, man. Mm-hmm. She thinking 8 years, 5 kids, I got so much invested, I'm going to try to force this to work. I'm going to go get a BBL. I'm going to dye my hair. I'm taking pills. I'm taking creams. I'm doing Kegel exercises to tighten my shit. Like, if you got to do that much.
Also, his approval, too.
Right.
How we talked about how women, what old girl said, she was her value was in that man.
Right.
That's definitely part of it, too.
Right. Yeah, because when it gets to a point like that, it's like his opinion about you is more important than yours, and that's dangerous territory to be in. You know, we just did a whole segment about, you know, self-worth and sense of self, and yours is gone. Yours is tied to him. That's dangerous, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you got kids involved, like who need you to be strong for them and need you to be your strongest self, man. And if he not making you feel that way, you got to do what you got to do. I'm just trying to figure out why you having so many kids by somebody that I don't know, man. That's the thing. That's really messing with me.
That makes it worse. Each kid makes it worse. That's another mouth to feed, another responsibility, another bill.
Because again, like these things don't happen overnight. Like men don't just wake up one day and say, you know what, you disgust me. Like I don't want to be nowhere around you. I don't want to have sex. Like that. It don't happen like that. So these are signs that should have been there as you having these kids, and 5 of them. It took you 5 to realize that he don't really rock with me like that. Like, nah, that just don't make sense, man. And again, that's not taking the onus off of him, but it's just like, it's like, damn, bro. Like, why would you keep tying yourself deeper into this situation? Like, women really feel like kids is gonna change a man's mindset in regards to like how he values them, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. It's gonna make it worse.
When we say people are who they are.
That's just real, man. But again, prayers to you, man. Definitely recommend some type of therapy for damn sure. In terms of him, that is a lost cause, bro. Like, and I hate to get that type of advice, but that's just real, bro. Like, he looking at you in disgust or indifference, which might be worse. Like, you the mother of my kids and supposed to be my wife or girl, and I treat you like you're invisible. That may be worse than disgust. But your girl to be crying in the movie theater, crying in the car ride home, and you don't even, baby, what's wrong? You good? You
don't even see
none of that. That nigga just like that
with the tunes on, nigga.
Nigga, turn the radio. That's crazy, man. You crying too loud. Let me turn that Dolph up a little bit.
Damn.
That's over with. It's over with, man. And I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just tripping on like the coldness because I'm picturing the scene in the car, and it's just like, damn. Like it takes a lot for you to be that cold to somebody that you really love.
Out the window, just stare. This nigga over here nodding his head.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Yeah, man. But again, prayers to you, man. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for the kids. Praying that you find self-worth. But I would tell you it's not gonna be with them. It's not gonna be with him. You need to do what you got to do to get out of that situation. Take care of your kids. Find a way to take care of your kids. There's 5 of them. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. It ain't gonna be an easy process. It's not. Cause ain't many dudes gonna be willing to just walk into a situation with 5 kids and just, oh baby, come on. It don't matter how fine you is. Like that's a lot.
It's a lot.
But again, nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible, man. But again, you need to find some sort of self-worth. So dating need to be in the back of your head when you leave a situation. You need to get some therapy, find your sense of self-worth, find your confidence again, and then you can start thinking about that stuff. But you got to be strong for these kids, and that's what's worse because you ain't really got no time to be down if you taking care of these kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, oh Lord, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for you. Let me see the next one. So we're gonna do. Yeah, this is gonna be the last one. That's gonna get us to all right, he says, recap. My 2 questions are, I always try to sneak 2 in there. How do I get past girls forcing me to be in a quote unquote relationship with them to smash? The sleaze way and the respectful way. And finally, how do I deal with this minimal amount of casualties? How do I deal with this with minimal amount of casualties? So apparently,
getting the ass without the commitment.
Yeah, chicks trying to force him to be in a relationship before they give it to him. He ain't trying to do that.
He wants the sleazy way and the respectful way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can give you the. I can give you. Oh, you want to give him the sleazy way? I give him the respectful way.
Man, depending on where I'm at in my life, you go ahead. I'm trying to. Go ahead. I'm gonna give both.
You gonna give both?
Yeah, I'm gonna give both.
The sleazy way would just be to lie without actually lying. We say this all the time.
I don't want a relationship right now.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Semantics are a beautiful thing when used correctly. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially what you're saying is, you know, I don't really want to be with you. But the with you is silent. And that's where the power comes in. That's the sleaze way.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? And you just linger on. And when she come around, you having a great time with her. You got your arm around her while you watching the movie. But you're not pressing for that ass. You just again, you just in the moment. You cooling. Baby, you want something to drink? You good? You want something to eat? Hey, all right, bet. I got you. Boom. And, you know, when she get ready to, hug her. Hey, man, I had an amazing time, man. Look forward to next time. You be safe. Going back to life.
It's going to confuse the hell out of her.
Exactly.
He didn't try to make no move on me, girl.
So now the ball is in her court, and she going to try to force the issue. So then when she ends up forcing the issue, then you take the sex that you've been trying to get all along. And if it ever goes bad, she can never say that you lied to me. She can never say that. But yeah, so that's the sleazeball way, in my opinion. You gotta sometimes reverse psychology a motherfucker into doing what it is that you want them to do. But you know, that's the old me, man. The new me, I'm gonna give you the respectful way. The respectful way is just to be honest with her from the door. Because that's gonna get you the ass probably quicker than trying to, you know what I'm saying, than trying to finesse. You could just look at it and tell, like, look, man, you know, I don't see commitment in my future at all. Just not where I'm at. Just not. I got a lot going on. I'm in school, working. I'm trying to build this brand. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. And I don't have the time that's required, the time and effort that's required to make a relationship work. I don't have that time right now. I don't. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what you're looking for, then, hey, we can just shake hands, go our separate ways, you know, whatever the case may be. I ain't even going to waste your time. That's not what I'm on. And, you know, more times than not, you know, again, women going to lie to themselves in a scenario like that, especially if she really likes you. She gonna lie to herself. Maybe I could change his mind if I can just, boom, you got her.
Good at that, boy.
Yeah, so that's the respectful way to do it. But, you know, the sleaze way involves a bit of manipulation. Mind control. You know what I'm saying? Damn. But yeah, the respectful way is just to keep it a G. Just keep it G from the top of, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't use semantics. Don't use the, you know, with you being silent. Just look, baby, I'm not in the space right now. And that's just being honest. That's honest though. Depending on how old you are, I don't know how old you is, but
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah, you know, if you 19, 20, fam, I'm 19, 20, fam. I don't even see a relationship till I'm 30.
I'm gonna go the super sleazy way. So what I need you to do is, B give you that plausible deniability that we talk about.
Oh man, it's a beautiful thing.
I ain't giving you no plausible deniability. I just need you to be an actor. I need you to completely change into a character. I need you to transform. I need for you to be a gentleman, okay? But at the same time, you got to be an asshole, right? You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to quote a couple Bible scriptures here and there.
Oh, my God.
You know, when y'all go out to eat, bow your head and pray real quick. She gonna melt. I'm telling you, right there. Food gonna come out. You be like, hold on, just 1 second, baby. Just say a quick, 10-second prayer, just something like boom, boom, boom. That's another check for you. And you're gonna be endured right there. I'm telling you, women love it. Women love it. You just gotta. Oh, and tell her you love her. Like after about 3-4 weeks, just be like, it's just something about you. I love you. Got that ass right there. I'm telling you.
That's sad, man. But so he basically saying the super sleaze way is just a lie. He said become an actor.
Tell you, man.
That's crazy.
You got to become who they want. That's what you got to do. Yeah. You got to become who they want and get that ass. That's the sleaze way. You just do what you like. What type of man you normally into.
That's what Smooth say.
Okay.
You do whatever it takes to get that ass. And when I get it, I was gone.
But yeah, the respectful, like he said, kick it with her, have a good time with her. But like we always gonna say, keep it a stack. Keep it real from the jump. Let her know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time. Be a gentleman. Show her what it's like to be with a genuine good dude. You know what I'm saying? And because a lot of times they're not gonna get that experience.
It's real.
But playing it that way, regardless, it's a high chance. You're still gonna be good. Yep. So I would rather be, just a real genuine way instead of having to be the sleaze, because the sleaze you gotta go through too much a lot of times. Too much tracks you gotta cover, and you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So it's just a lot to go with it. But it'd be fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. It'd be fun just to see the shit that you can come up with off the top of your head sometimes.
And to see if it'll work. And when it actually worked, you be like, oh yeah, I can do it. I want to do it. Yeah, man, that's sad, man. But that was another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he say what the last part of the question was, how do I deal with this, or how do I do this with the minimal amount of casualties? You can't control the casualties. That's the unfortunate part about this thing. Is that either way you choose to go, it's gonna be casualties. You can be all the way 100. You can keep it all the way 1,000 with her. It's gonna still be casualties.
Yep.
Because in her mind, she gonna feel like she can change your mind, and once she find out that she can't, she gonna be heartbroken. She gonna be devastated, and she gonna try to spin it on you, even though you got all the proof in the world that you never lied, that you kept it G. It might have been some manipulation, but you kept it G. So that's the beautiful thing about plausible deniability. You could always hold that phone up. See, baby, right here, I said that I'm not really looking. You know what I'm saying? You could it's plausible deniability. But women are creative. They're going to still find a way to blame you for it. And that's where the casualties come in. So as far as like to minimalize it, it ain't much you can do. Mm-hmm. It literally depends on the woman.
Yep. But don't even say I'm not ready for a relationship. No, you ain't got to say I'm not ready for a relationship. Just say I'm not ready for anything right now. Just leave it like that. I'm not ready for anything right now. And see what she do with that. Because I'm telling you, boy, women going to try to convince you, especially if they rock with you.
Facts.
Already, but before you even came to them, bro, you good.
It's over with.
It's over with.
Yeah, but on that note, man, we're going to wrap this thing up again. Shout out to our Patreon members.
Content.
It's content, man. Again, Patreon, we love y'all. We appreciate all the support y'all give us, man. We are nothing without y'all, man. That's real. So we wanted to just jump on here and give y'all an extra piece of content. We just got off YouTube. Y'all should have that content by now. Y'all gonna get this one a little later. But yeah, keep on supporting, man. Follow us, DTrillAC on all platforms, Krew Season on all platforms, _fitness on all platforms. Follow the rest of the gang, Smooth, Kenny. Yeah, and y'all about to see an uptick.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
content. So, buckle up. It's coming.
Sure.
Love, man. We appreciate y'all.